Alrighty, let's head over and start grading some NFL drafts. We are kind of taking it division by division. We did the AFC East, the AFC North, and now today we are doing the AFC South, grading the Titans, the Colts, the Texans, and the Jaguars draft performances. We just gave out an A+ to the Jets. We gave out an A to the Steelers. So we'll see if any team here in the AFC South can earn that coveted A grade, that A mark, A+. A++. Will anybody ever get an A++? Probably not, but we'll see. So here we go. Let's start here with the Titans here in the AFC South. So the Titans, we know they're kind of focusing heavy on the defense of kind of what we've been seeing in free agency. So their first round pick is Caleb Farley, fantastic cornerback there, shoring up their defense. Then in the second round, they get Dylan Raduns, an offensive tackle, shoring up their game, because this is what we've been saying about this Titans team. They are kind of, not relying on Ryan Tannehill this season. They got rid of one of their big wide receivers. They're focusing up on their line. They're shoring up their defense, and they're letting Derrick Henry and the defense just kind of carry this team and just have Ryan Tannehill be that game manager, not really relying on him too much. So first pick, they go Caleb Farley, corner. Second pick, they get the tackle, shore up the line, and then they get Monty Rice, linebacker, in the third round. Then they get Elijah Molden, another cornerback, in the third round. So really just shoring up their defense with a great defensive talent. And then look at this. I love this, man. Late round wide receivers. If there's no real great wide receivers to go, you always get size, and that's what the Titans did. And I respect this Titans team so much. In the fourth round, they get Dez Fitzpatrick, 6'2" wide receiver, that tall wide receiver that they're missing from Corey Davis that they just traded away. Or was it A.J. Brown? They traded one of those two wide receivers away. Do I have their depth? Do I have their depth chart up? Oh, I do. I'm tripping. Here we go. They got rid of Corey Davis. Yeah, A.J. Brown is still there. So another tall wide receiver here. Fantastic. 6'2". And then they didn't stop there. In the sixth round, they get another wide receiver. And this man's even taller. 6'3". So yes, sir. Absolutely a home run here. Then they also kind of get another defensive end in the fourth round, Rashawn Weaver, shoring up their pass rush now that they know they lost Jadeveon Clowney. They don't have him anymore, so shore up the defensive end in the fourth round. And then in the sixth round with their last pick, they get another safety. So just beefing up that defense. Fantastic. Really have everything offensively that they want, because they're just going to focus on the running game. That's clear with their second round pick of the offensive tackle. So an absolutely great draft here for the Tennessee Titans, and I'm going to give them an A-. Those late round wide receivers being 6'2", 6'3", I mean, that's absolutely fantastic, folks. Go out and get the height. I truly think that teams and organization and scouts really kind of underplay height in this league. I am taking that one-on-one matchup. If I have a guaranteed kind of 6'3" wide receiver against a six-foot corner, I'm taking that one-on-one shot, that 50-50 ball every single time. So love what the Titans are doing here. Short up their defense, short up their line to kind of match what they want to do this year coming up. Heavy on the defense, shut you down. We're just going to run out the clock, run up the ball, run up your throat, score a field goal, touchdown, and then shut it down defensively, and then eat up another 7-8 minutes on the clock. Shut it down defensively, eat up another 7-8 minutes on the clock, because we've seen these last two seasons, Derrick Henry able to kind of take this heavy workload and still able to get great production. So we give this Titans draft an A-. Fantastic. They picked up two huge pieces, Elijah Molden, Caleb Farley, great defensive players, and we'll see if they can get it done this season, year one. But A- for the Titans. Well done. Alrighty, next up is the Colts. Alrighty. First round, 21st pick, they get Kwity Paye, defensive edge rusher. And they kind of did what the Bills also did. And another team, who was it that took two defensive ends, 1 and 2? But they do it here as well, the Colts. Kwity Paye, number 1, defensive end rusher. Second round pick, Dio Adeyingbo. Deo Adeyingbo, defensive end in the second round as well. So shoring up that defensive end. In the fourth round, they get Kylan Granson, tight end. Fifth round, they get Sean Davis, safety. Sixth round, they get Sam Ellinger, quarterback, there's no quarterback competition here. We know it's Carson Wentz. Just kind of, always having trusting number 2. They got rid of Jacoby Brissett as well, so they just need that number 2. We're not worried about him there. 7th round pick, they get Mike Strachan, wide receiver. How tall is this man? They already got great wide receivers. Oh my God, 6'5". Oh, now that's what we're talking about. Tall wide receivers, 6'5". Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. And then Will Fries in the 7th round as well, shoring up their line offensive tackle. So, overall, this kind of a Colts team didn't need anything too specifically. I kind of would have liked if they shored up their offensive line a little bit. I'm not sure the strategy of taking 2 defensive ends in the first round. I'm not loving it. But like we said, they didn't really need anything. They've got the pieces at the quarterback position, absolutely, of Carson Wentz. Running back, they are in an abundance of running backs of Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, Nyheim Hines. We love all 3 of them. T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman Jr. really kind of coming alive, so they've got the number 1 and 2 wide receivers. How tall is this Paris Campbell guy? I don't think he got that much burn yet. Just 6 foot. Didn't really do anything last season. So we'll see if he can kind of be the number 3. But they got the number 6'5". They got a 6'5" wide receiver. Let's see if he can kind of come in and emerge. But I've got no problem with T.Y. Hilton and Michael Pittman Jr. You can rely on those 2 wide receivers to get it done. Then you got Jack Doyle at the tight end position. Defensively, you got Xavier Rhodes as a corner, Julian Blackmon over the top with the safety, Darius Leonard, DeForest Buckner, Bobby Okereke, pretty solid as well. So really just kind of wish they may have shored up their line a little bit with maybe the 1st or 2nd round pick, going back-to-back defensive ends, not totally loving it, and then getting another tight end here at number 4, only 6'2". What is that about? Come on. So not the best draft here, but they didn't really need anything big, but I am going to give it a C+. Didn't really love the Colts draft 100% here. Alrighty, let's move on to the next team here, and that's the Houston Texans. And man, oh man, look at this garbage draft, folks. Look at this absolutely garbage draft here. They didn't have the 1st round pick because the Dolphins fleeced them. They didn't have the 2nd round pick because I think, again, the Dolphins fleeced them for that pick as well. So they have 2 3rd round picks. Their 3rd round pick, their first draft that they did this year. Guess who it is, folks? Davis Mills, quarterback from Stanford. First of all, we looked at him and we didn't like him. We liked their wide receivers even more than the quarterback. But why take Davis Mills when you didn't have the 1st round pick, you didn't have a 2nd round pick? This is your first pick, a quarterback? I know that you're a little iffy if Deshaun Watson's going to play, but you've got Tyrod Taylor as the backup. So why are you wasting a draft pick on Davis Mills, who's probably not going to pan out as a good quarterback in this league, when you have Tyrod Taylor? What is that? You're just wasting a pick here. And then your 2nd pick, you go wide receiver Nico Collins. I get that he's 6'4". That's fantastic. We love that. But once again, you kind of have decent wide receiver depth of Brandon Cooks, Randall Cobb, Kiki Cutie. What are we doing out here? You're wasting picks, and you didn't even have a 1st or 2nd round, and now we're in the 3rd round, and you're wasting picks. You don't have picks to waste. You barely have any picks here. And then the 5th round pick, you get a tight end. A tight end. What is that? I know, what did Jordan Akins do last season? Anything good? 400 yards, but there's better things to do. You've got decent weapons offensively, and you went and used your first 3 picks in the 3rd and 5th round of a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a tight end. And then to finish out the draft, you get a linebacker at number 5, Garrett Wallow, and then Roy Lopez, a defensive tackle. But man, oh man, could we talk about the offensive line? Could that be good going? You got David Johnson and Philip Lindsay. Let's show up that line a little bit more. Your defense, what do we got? Who are your corners? Terrence Mitchell, what did he do last season? 3 forced fumbles, no interceptions, 13 pass defenses. That's not bad. I'll give you the 13 pass defenses. Bradley Roby, he's suspended. No forced fumbles, 1 interception, 7 pass defenses. Nothing great there by that man. Your safeties, Eric Murray. 1 forced fumble, no interceptions, 2 pass defenses, absolutely trash. Justin Reed, what did he got going on? No forced fumbles, 66 tackles, 62 solo tackles, tied 61st. 4 pass defenses, nothing great. So shore up your defense, do something. You got Whitney Merciless. Alrighty, that's good. That's it. Malik Collins, pretty solid at the nose tackle position, but just shore up something defensively, and they didn't even do that. So an absolute garbage draft here by the Texans. Obviously, it wasn't all freaking, what's his name? Brian. Isn't his first name Brian? Who was their head coach of the season that got fired? I'm blanking on the name. He's absolutely trash. He's so trash we can't even remember his name. Why is Brian? I don't think it's Brian, but whatever. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Absolutely trash. It's not all him just being a trash organization. They're still trash, and I am giving this draft grade an F, folks. This is an F draft grade. Davis Mills when you got Tyrod Taylor. Nico Collins, wide receiver, and you've already got 3 great wide receivers already. Kiki QT fumbles, so I understand it, but you still got 2 other great ones. What the hell? And then you go tight end, shore up that defense, shore up your line a little bit for the running game. Didn't have 2 first-round picks either, and that's how they decided to spend their first 2 picks, quarterback and wide receiver. Absolutely funny. And they had wide receivers all last season as well, so they had their depth of who they wanted to keep and who they wanted to leave, and now they're drafting them. So F grade here. Our first F given out. This is an absolute garbage draft here. Garbage. Alrighty, now let's finish off here the AFC South with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alrighty, well, they had the number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence. That's a home run hitter. That's going to be great. But then a little bit of a surprise pick here. Also in the first round, they had 2 first-round picks. Travis Etienne at number 25, a running back. And we like Travis Etienne. He's going to be great. It's just kind of funny on how it came. The Steelers picking up 24, they go Najee Harris. So I would have been interested to see if Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were both on the board. A, if the Jaguars go get him or maybe try to get him in that second round pick. Or B, which one do they choose head up, straight up, if they have the option of Najee Harris and Travis Etienne. So a little bit interesting here. I think the Jaguars saw one big running back go off the board and were like, all right, we can't wait, because the Bills may get him. So I respect Urban Meyer for kind of getting the talent when you can. Travis Etienne, so I love that. 2 Clemson back-to-back. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne knowing each other. Then in the second round, they get Tyson Campbell, great cornerback. And then they go and they go out and trade Minnesota there in the second round to get that offensive tackle. So they got elite talent here, elite quarterback, elite running back, elite cornerback, elite offensive tackle, all with their first 4 picks. And then they go heavy on the defense again for the rest of the draft. 3rd round pick, safety. 4th round pick, defensive tackle. 4th round pick, defensive end. 5th round pick, they go tight end. How tall is this man? 6'6". Oh, I love it. And then they go another wide receiver, 6'2", Jalen Camp in the 6th round as well. So when we look at their kind of roster, they've got the nice wide receivers already. James Robinson was a 1,000-yard rusher, so a little interesting that they went with Travis Etienne. But hey, at the end of the day, let's get some proven talent. And Travis Etienne was definitely proven talent in the college program. So we'll see if he's able to keep it up here in the league. For their offensive line, they did shore that up as well in the second round, so we've got no qualms there. Their defense of Josh Allen at the defensive end, Miles Jack. What do they got as their backfield? Shaquille Griffin, a cornerback. So did we say they also shored up their their corners, right? Yeah, we got one right here, Tyson Campbell. So I think this is an absolutely great draft here. You got the quarterback, the running back, the corner, the offensive tackle with their first 4 picks, and they're all kind of top picks in this league. I mean, first round pick, first round pick number 25, second round pick, first pick, second round pick, 13 picks. So, I mean, it's just great talent here that they were able to secure, and I think it's an absolute great draft. Do we give it I think I give this an A- as well, folks. You got the quarterback, you got the offensive lineman to protect the quarterback, you got the running back to help out the quarterback, and you got the cornerback to help out the defense and shore that up a little bit. So I'm all about this draft, and I think I'm going to give it an A- as well, like we gave the Titans. A great draft here. So to recap, we got the Titans A-, Colts C+, Houston an F, big ol' F, and the Jacksonville Jaguars an A-.